Hello class. This video is going to be about the skills system in Eco and how to select skills you want and how to gain some more of the advanced skills. So right now my character has some skill points and I haven't taken any skills yet, but some people have, and I can see how many people have taken some specialties by the arrows and numbers underneath them. And I can see somebody, Mrs. Kristen, has taken both queuing and logging, and advanced campfire cooking, and a few other things. But what is a skill? The skills are basically broken down into gathering and crafting to start with. So with carpenter, hewing is the crafting side of this, and logging is the collecting part of this. If you take logging as a specialty, you'll be able to log faster, you'll use less calories, and you'll get more logs out of every tree that you do log. And with hewing, it's similar. It'll cost less to produce things, and it will decrease the time it takes to craft things, which is a huge benefit when, at the top level here, you'll start hewing logs in like a second compared to the 6 to 7 seconds it starts at. So you can quickly produce a ton of boards, which is very important to later on. So both these are kind of special. Both of these you don't have to take both. You can be one or the other. If somebody else wants to be the logger and you want to be the crafter, you can do that. Um, Camping, cooking, all this kind of stuff. Cooking's kind of its own special thing. The idea with cooking is that when you start out, we're eating all these things we're just finding on the ground practically. We're harvesting tomatoes from plants and eating them. But those don't provide a very large amount of calories, even if the vitamins are pretty good. So you have to eat, 10, 12, 15 tomatoes to try to fill up your stomach. So the whole purpose of cooking is to try and have somebody take all those foods and everything that people are, gathering and make high calorie, nutritious meals with them so that when you go out to go and do work, you don't have to take, 5 or 6 meals with you, and you can do a lot of the work during the class time, not to keep going back looking for food, dealing with that. So somebody should be a cook in your town. Um, you probably don't need 7 of them, but 1 or 2 is probably a good idea to have cooks. And again, they can specialize out into either baking or cooking, and there's different recipes for different things. And the top skill is basically futuristic cooking. Engineering is one that I think everybody will probably pick one of these things to kind of add a little bit more abilities to the town. Um, you'll have basic engineering, and then you can specify into electronics, industry, mechanics, or oil drilling later on. This is how you build vehicles. This is how you build oil drills. This is how you build, machines to help make things easier for everybody. So you need all of these in your town. But I wouldn't say one person should take all of them. I would say try and split it up a little bit. Farming is very similar to, again, um, excuse me, um, the other crafting materials. So the first one is gathering. When you gather things, when you take a specialty, you'll just gather more seeds. You'll get more back. Farming is again very similar. You start being better at farming. Your plants will grow better. You will have options to get more tools. And you should also, when you reap your harvest, you'll get more from your harvest than a normal person without the skill. Fertilizers and milling are specialties, so those can help grow plants in places that they don't easily grow in. And milling, again, is kind of a substrate to the cooking. So you take the farmed goods, you mill it, you give it to the farmer, to the cook, and they can make more advanced recipes. Hunting and butchery are also important for a town. You get a lot of your fats early on from hunting, so it's good to have somebody that hunts. By taking the skill, you are a better hunter. You'll increase the amount you can carry. It'll decrease the amount of time it takes to craft hunting recipes and butchery recipes. Um, and butchery is again important to making better use of the animals that you do hunt. Mining, again, very similar. Mining and mortaring are the two basic, gathering and crafting from the basic materials. Later on, bricklaying, cement, and glassworking are all important sub jobs that anybody can kind of take and make use of. Smelting is, making use of the ores that we'll find. You'll notice that this one is all question marks. You can't take this to start with. So I'll get to that in a bit, but there's also tailoring, which is another specialty we can't start with. And the last one down here is self-improvement. This one is just as you play the game. You'll get a little bit better at, everything. So you'll use less calories to do stuff, and you'll be able to carry it a little bit more as time goes on. All right, so let's talk about these question mark skills. You'll notice that a lot of these are question marks. You can't just immediately take them. So how do I get these skills if I can't click on them? Well, there is a table you can make at the initial work table. It's called an engineering table, or a research table now. And in here you can make skill books. And so in making a skill book, you make a book that people can read, and then they gain the ability to take that job. It does not give them that job. They still will have to spend a star to unlock that job, but it makes it go from that question mark to a selectable skill. The last time I tested this, back in like 8.0, the books don't go away when one person uses them. You can just keep trading them to other people so that everybody could learn the skill, or reselling them. But yeah, as far as I know, that's still how it is. So if you make one skill book, you don't have to make one for the entire for everybody in the town. You can just make one, and anybody in the town can read it. You'll notice a lot of these things require a large amount of work from that profession. So the butchery skill book needs the hunter to go out and hunt specific animals. Cooking requires that you make specific recipes. So all these things are not easy to do to start with. So don't get discouraged. You'll work towards it and be able to get it. But it's definitely something you have to kind of work together as a town on and decide what do you guys want to focus on, which skill book is important. I would say right now, farming is important. Getting a stable food supply for your town is key to the start of the game, so that you guys aren't just wasting time looking for food all the time. All right, that's the skill system. Uh, you can ask me questions in class. There's a little bit more caveats to certain things, like what happens after you select a skill, how does it level up. But for the most part, I'll let that be a question in class, or you can just read up on it your own. All right, thank you for watching this video.